at this moment in hockey history. The Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 8th place in the Central Division, and the only time a 1-5 record after 6 games played sounds good is if you started 0-5. So the Nashville Predators now have a record of 1-5 after 6 games skated. They have 2 points, picking up their first points of the season. They currently find themselves 10 points behind the first place Winnipeg Jets and 3 points behind their next opponent, the Chicago Blackhawks. The Nashville Predators on the road have a record of 0-1. They have scored 14 goals overall in the season, giving up 23 on the season. Chicago Blackhawks in 7th place in the Central Division have a record of 2-4-1. They have 5 points, 3 points ahead of the Nashville Predators on home ice, a record of 1-2. They've scored 18 goals and given up 24 on the season. The Central Division, after the first week plus of play, let's update it. The Winnipeg Jets lead the way so far with 12 points, a record of 6-0. Minnesota Wild in second place with 10 points. They are 4-0-2. The Dallas Stars have 10 points as well. The Utah Hockey Club has 9 points in 4th place. In 5th place, the St. Louis Blues with 8. Colorado Avalanche have 6 points and are in 6th place. And then the matchup before us, the Blackhawks in 7th, the Predators in 8th. Now, once the Nashville Predators wrap up this one-night road trip to Chicago, immediately back home Saturday night to face off against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Then Monday in Tampa, another one-game road trip. Thursday back home against the Edmonton Oilers. So a very busy week ahead with the Nashville Predators yo-yoing on and off the road. On the 2nd of November, the Predators open up a brand new month versus the Colorado Avalanche, and on the 4th, they welcome in the LA Kings to Bridgestone Arena. Now, between the Nashville Predators and Chicago Blackhawks, the season series, this is the first of 4 meetings. The next one won't take place until January the 16th, when the Predators will host the Blackhawks, and on the 7th of February, the Preds will go into Chicago for the second and final time this regular season, and on March the 8th, the Blackhawks will come to Bridgestone Arena one last time. That will round out the regular season series. Now, for the Chicago Blackhawks, 7th place, yes, but let's talk about their most recent stretch of action. Let's go back 5 games. It was the 12th of October, a 5-2 win at the Edmonton Oilers. On the 15th of October, a 3-1 loss at the Calgary Flames. On the 17th of October, a 4-2 win versus the San Jose Sharks. On the 19th, a 4-2 loss versus Buffalo. And most recently, on the 22nd of October, a 6-3 loss versus the Vancouver Canucks. Mrazek got the start in net, took the loss, going 24 out of 30. Now, taking a look inside the numbers in the matchup between these two teams, somewhat evenly matched in a lot of these statistical metrics. Let's run them down. Goals for the Nashville Predators are at 2.33 goals per game. That's 28th overall in the NHL. The Blackhawks are at 2.57. That is 25th overall in the NHL. In goals against, Predators are giving up 3.83 per game. That's 26th. While the Hawks are giving up 2.43 against per game. That's 21st overall in the NHL. This is the one category where the Nashville Predators are absolutely shining through the first 6 games of the season. In the shots on goal category, shots for 36.5 per game is number 1 overall in the NHL. For the Chicago Blackhawks, a little bit of a different story, 28.9. That's 19th in the NHL. In the shots against, Predators giving up 28.3. That is 11th in the league. 28.7 for Chicago is 13th in the league. Similar in that metric. Special teams, the Nashville Predators power play is converting at 18.2% of the season. That's 20th overall in the league, 4 out of 22 opportunities. Chicago Blackhawks have the 8th best power play in the NHL, converting at 27.3%. They've converted 6 times already this season on 22 opportunities when it comes to the penalty kill. One of the other bright spots for the Nashville Predators this early part of the season has been this PK unit. They've given up 2 power play goals against so far, but they are rated 2nd overall with a kill rate of 89.5%. Blackhawks right in the middle of the pack at 16th. They've given up 4 power play goals against on the season. Their kill rate is 79%. Every team in the NHL has lots of high-skilled individuals. We always like to single out the top 5 from each team going into the matchup. O'Reilly first on the Nashville Predators in scoring with 2 goals and 4 assists for 6 points. Philip Forsberg also with the same stat line, 2 and 4 for 6. The captain, Roman Josi, has not scored a goal yet this season, but does have 5 assists so far for 5 total points. Jonathan Marchessault in his first season as Nashville Predators, a goal and 3 assists for 4 points in his first 6 games. And Luke Evangelista off to a decent start for the Nashville Predators with a goal and 3 assists for 4 total points. Over on the other side of the ledger for the home team Chicago Blackhawks, Tara Vinan's got 3 goals and 4 assists for 7 total points. Seth Jones, former Nashville Predator draft pick, a goal and 6 assists for 7 points. Bedard, a goal and 6 assists for 7 points as well. Foligno, 3 goals, 1 assist for 4 points. And Hall, 2 goals plus 1 assist for 3 total points. In net, anticipated goaltender matchup sees Peter Mrazek at 2-3 on the season so far, a 3.24 goals against average and an 8.87 save percentage, going up against UC Saros with a record of 1-4, a 2.89 goals against average, and a save percentage of 903. The record is not good, but the numbers at least are starting to look a little bit more like professional NHL goaltender numbers for UC Saros. Also add that 1 shutout. A shutout in the NHL goes a long way to improving your numbers, especially with a sample size that's only 5 games so far. So we will talk about that game coming up in the Rebirth Sports full game recap. That has you all set for the Nashville Predators and Chicago Blackhawks. It's a Friday night, the first of back-to-backs, with the Predators having to travel back home on Friday night to get back home for a game against Columbus. That will affect how they operate as far as time on ice, as far as lines. We'll have to track that. It's just something to keep an eye on going into this game. Let's talk about everything that happened with the Boston Bruins. The Nashville Predators winless, hosting Boston, looking to turn things around. It's called the Rebirth Sports full game recap. It's coming up next.